இந்த ஆண்டா இதுக்கு அடுத்த ஆண்டா இதுக்கு அடுத்து அதுக்கு அடுத்த ஆண்டான்னு எனக்கு புரியல. ஒரு உக்கிரமான புயல், உக்கிரகமான புயல், உக்கிரகமான புயல். அது இலங்கையிலேயா அல்லது வெளி தேசத்திலேயா எனக்கு புரியல. ஒரு உக்கிரகமான புயல், ஒரு உக்கிரகமான புயல் இந்த உலகத்தில் பலமாய் வீசப் போகிறது. உக்கிரகமான புயல், அது ரொம்ப கருத்த சுழலாய் அது வீசிக்கொண்டிருக்கிறதை நான் பார்க்கிறேன்.
Take a look at this map. We're actually tracking 4 tropical cyclones across Australia and the southern Pacific Ocean. Here they are: Whirlwind, Nathan, Bobby, and Pam. Of course, Pam being the one that we're focusing our attention on now at the moment, because this is a particularly strong tropical cyclone, equivalent to a Category 5. We've been talking about that. And there's a very well-defined eye with this particular cyclone as well. You can see it just running parallel along this north to south facing island chain. And Port Vila, which is the nation's capital, is right in the eye of this storm, or about to be, I should say. This is the projected path going forward over the next 24 to 48 hours. It will exit the Vanuatu region, but then into the weekend, we're talking Sunday and Monday, we'll look out for the North Island of New Zealand, a significantly weaker storm at that stage, but nonetheless something we want to take a look at. And look at these wind gusts. Wow, this is going to cause power outages. It's going to down trees. And obviously with the infrastructure being as nimble as it is, they're going to see a lot of these houses and structures seeing destruction. It could be devastating. It could be catastrophic. So our hearts really go out to those people.
And you say Port Vila is next.
Port Vila is next. They're at a very susceptible area with this storm. The eye could pass very near, if not over, that particular
Those
area.
who lived through the storm said it felt like the world was going to end as Cyclone Pam slammed into Vanuatu, leaving utter devastation. It brought with it a ferocity rarely seen in the South Pacific. The capital, Port Vila, has been torn apart. Storm surges several metres high have battered the coast, while houses and livelihoods have been lost. There are fears that some isolated communities could have suffered terrible losses. At least 8 people have been confirmed dead and another 20 injured. But the authorities warn that those grim numbers could well increase. On a trip to Japan, the president of Vanuatu has appealed to a United Nations disaster conference for emergency aid.
A monster is how the president described Cyclone Pam, and it destroyed most of what was in its way. Vanuatu is used to storms, but these homes weren't built to withstand winds of 200 miles an hour.
All the houses were blown out. Everybody have lost all their properties. And all the fruit trees are all blown over.
They were really scary. They cried, and I cried also. But I just have to be strong for them. They're the only reason that we're all alive, we survived here.
The Red Cross says that 130,000 people have been affected. That's about half the population. Many islanders, like this man and his children, now have nowhere to live. Power is still down across the archipelago, and a lack of running water has raised fears of disease. A race is now on to get aid to those who need it. Military planes from Australia and New Zealand have brought the first much-needed supplies. The big concern now is for people in remote islands, from where nothing has been heard.
It's absolutely critical that we can make contact as soon as possible so that we can really get an idea of the sense of the devastation that these outer island communities will have faced, and we can only assume complete devastation.
Touted as a tourist paradise, Vanuatu is now in the grip of a major disaster. So far, the main losses we know of have been of property and livelihoods rather than lives. But aid workers still fear that whole communities could have been wiped out by the storm.
Charities fear Cyclone Pam could be one of the worst natural disasters the region has ever endured.
I've been in Port Vila Township this morning. We had to go on foot because the roads were blocked by trees and debris and fallen power lines and everything else. And it really looks like a bomb's gone off in the town centre. There's shutters scattered everywhere. There's corrugated tin roofs. everywhere, and then you'll see a harbour just littered with sunken yachts and boats.
The cyclone has already caused widespread damage in other parts of the South Pacific. It is moving south, and the authorities in New Zealand are preparing for the storm, which is forecast to pass north of the country in the next 2 days.
இயேசு சொன்னது அப்படியே நடக்கிறது. ஆனால் நீங்கள் என்ன செய்கிறீர்கள்? இயேசுவின் வருகை சீக்கிரமாய் இருக்கிறது. நீங்கள் என்ன செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறீர்கள்? உங்களை நீங்களே சோதித்து பாருங்க. உங்களை நீங்களே ஆராய்ஞ்சு பாருங்க.